allocation of funds. You need people who are determined to beautify that place. I have a proposal in which I believe the water should be pumped out completely, put two gates at the entrance to the lake, and after the water is all completely emptied out, drain all the sand and use the sand for whatever you want, and clean it up and make it a footpath linking with the APJ Abdul Kalam mark. And this way we will have an opportunity to walk through the city, and that would be a way for people who want to come from Banerjee Road or the High Court area to the Marine Drive. And that is an area which would take a footpath which will decongest the roads. Today, to walk in many of those roads, it's a very dangerous situation. If one is driving or riding a bike, you don't feel as much the threat of being knocked down by a vehicle as when you are a pedestrian. You try walking on any of these roads in Cochin, it's very likely that you have had so many close calls. It's not a safe city to walk because you have vehicles and transportation and crossing roads, and all that is a very tough environment. That's why I'm saying, you have to give the pedestrians good pedestrian paths to walk on. You cannot just give only on the lakefront, the APJ Abdul Kalam Marg, where there's hardly any other things you can do other than just walking. That is not the only kind of walk. You need walking paths, footpaths in the city, and there will be shops and shopping and everything else available in the city that the pedestrian can use. He may have a car parked in a place, but he is now walking, and you have to treat the pedestrians as respectable citizens who deserve to be treated better and not to be looked down upon. The pedestrians are the people who make the city function. It's the pedestrians who are the vibrant population of the city. They need to be treated well. They need to be encouraged. That's when you will find 1,000 tourists coming and walking. See, what do you remember of the old city that was in Cochin, the Broadway? People were walking on Broadway and shopping, and it was a busy, buzzing area. Today that is not there. You do have some merchandise and sales happening, but not like that. That it was, you got to create that market environment. Everybody has gone indoors or whatever, you have to have public spaces where you can walk and you don't get wet from the rain or whatever, and have streets which have, protection, and, you got to have restaurants on the sides, and you got to have, there's libraries or other entertainment on the sides, and allow for startups to operate, or music and plays and whatnot. So you have to have the city come alive. It's not a live city in many ways. You have a few functions here and there, but you got to make it like in so many cities in the world. It's popping. It's entertainment is available pretty much as the office gets off at 5 o'clock, and you have things that are open till 1 o'clock in the morning. Everything is shut down at 11 o'clock. That has to change. You are not going to get a market that is buzzing if you keep all the restaurants closed at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock is too early. There are people who sleep at 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. And you need places to go out and eat and sit and talk and all of that. So definitely the Cochin city and the Kerala laws must change. We must have restaurants open at least till 1 o'clock, not be closing them at 11 o'clock. We had the football match recently, and it was not watched by many people because there were no bars and other things open for people to lounge, and others where you could watch these games, and that's ours. So you've got to move with the times. And Kerala is very poor in moving with the times, and they create one or two or three things which nobody else has done, and they make a hoop and cry about it and celebrate it, but not realizing that there's 100 other things that is lacking and falling behind. Our waste, our water management is pathetic. Our canal on the Market Road and the one next to the St. Teresa's College, it is something that I call upon the youth of Kerala, youth of Kochi, to come forward and protest about, and have the mosquitoes breeding there be stopped. It's an emergency. It's a public health emergency. I'm a medical doctor. I have a management degree, an MBA, and I must tell you, you cannot tolerate and allow these things to continue. Is there a health inspector here? Is there a public health official here? Is there a public health expert here? Is there a city organization here? Is there an MLA here? Is there an MP here? Have they seen these places? You have to come and see it. I'll be happy to show it to them. I'm not talking in a negative way of Cochin. I'm talking about how we can use the youth and the talent they have in cleaning up and in revitalizing the city and bringing a city that is live and fun and entertaining and attractive to business, to visitors, to tourists, to investment, and make the city a lively place. It is not just by looking at the water you're going to be satisfied. That was in the past. You need activities, you need boats going out, you need restaurants, you need places to dance, you need music, you need restaurants, you need sports, competitions. So these are the things that we have to focus on, and I believe we must have more discussions regarding various things that needs to come together and make this city a better place. We must have more weekly and monthly meetings about things needed, things that are lacking, things that needs to be improved. And I think that the Cochin, whether it is the development authority that already exists or a new one needs to be formed, but certainly an investment group for bringing investors to Cochin and to Kerala of about 25,000 crores per year is a must. Earlier we started, the better. I believe the NRIs or the non-resident Indians living all over the world must become involved in that. They are the people who can help bring investments to Kerala. And we need at least, I would say, 10 five-star hotels that also promote gambling and gaming and entertainment. Has to be the way that will bring tourism alive. And okay, you can have the arts and all the methods of the things from the past, exhibits and all of that, dance, music, sure, but allow for the modern entertainment such as gaming, which is what brings money. You look at how Las Vegas and Mecca were made, billions and billions and billions of dollars. You cannot just ignore that. That's what we need. We must bring that kind of facilities here. You don't need to spend much money. You allow them to invest here. That's all. You must be an investment friendly city. It's not going to destroy. After all, there is so much crime of killing and all violent crimes that is happening. You have this. You might consider this a vice in some ways. After all, you have lottery tickets. Guys are going and selling lottery tickets. It is gambling. Why are you promoting that? And that is owned by the government. Why are you promoting gambling if you think it's bad? So if you allow gambling, then allow it to come in the best manner into the city and into one part of the city. And like even Singapore has done it. The Marina Sands in Singapore, it's primarily a Las Vegas organization. I used to live in Las Vegas. I have studied gaming in Las Vegas, and I have enjoyed living in Las Vegas. And it is from Las Vegas that I had come here to attend a major conference in 2003, I think it was, Global Investor Meet. And there was a university that was backing me, and they were ready to set up courses in gaming and tourism development that is related to gaming. We're talking about UNLV Las Vegas, a very prominent university in the US. who's a leader in gaming and sports and all of that, entertainment. So it's their graduates who are running Las Vegas today. So it's their graduates who are also in Macau. So you have to encourage. You cannot just expect people to go as slow as the government is. The governments have been the problems, in my opinion, and so also was what Ronald Reagan said. He said the government is the problem, even in the US. So you have to have a reform-oriented government. I think we have a reform-oriented Chief Minister in Kerala today, Mr. Satishan, and I hope that he will take the initiative to transform things and bring investments and clean up the city of the rubbish, clean up the canals of the water and all the dirt, and clean up the trash that is all around those water bodies. It is a very pathetic situation. And so we have a cruise demand which is very high. We need more cruise ships to come. We need a cruise harbor here in Cochin. So all of this, and I believe that it is local groups such as the Alukas and the other groups from Bangalore who have come and who have invested in Kochi, the Shobha builders. So there is a lot of builders who are already here in Cochin but have been hurt by the governmental policy and by the market conditions of lack of jobs for high paid, good paid jobs. So that is very necessary. The cycle of real estate is dependent on good jobs, and if you have good jobs, the real estate will boom. If jobs are not there, there will not be a boom. So I'm talking about creating those jobs in gaming. Gaming will bring at least 50,000 jobs here, 50,000 well-paying, good-paying jobs. We are talking about that kind of investment, and it is those companies who have the money, who are very much happy to come to India. If you don't take the initiative to bring them here soon, they will go to other parts of India or anywhere else. So, this is an opportunity and we must seize it and make it happen. And I'm very happy to be involved in creating this mindset. It is with my passion and love for Kochi that I speak about the problems in Cochin. Please get your friends, and you also, every one of you, please visit Kochi and see the market canal and the other canals and see how bad they are, and write to the Chief Minister, write to the Mayor, write to the Collector and ask them to fix the problem and to make city of Kochi a beautiful city. Thank you very much. Have a great day.